With the regular season just around the corner, I wanted to get to three players who I think were going to have bounce back years in the Islanders system. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, don't miss a video. Also head over to Twitter, follow @TLOMitch, that's me. Don't miss any breaking information about Islanders prospects I've yet to cover on the channel. So like I said, the season is almost here. And with that, we're talking about what player could do what this season. With that being said, I want to get to three players who I think are going to have bounce back years in the Islanders system in 21-22. Now, of course, with that being said, that means they would have had to have not great or down years last year. So let's get to three players who didn't have great years, who will have better years in 21-22. I want to start things off with Bode Wilde. That's the right-hand defenseman drafted in the second round of the 2018 draft. This is going to be a better year for him. He had 6 points in 22 games with the Bridgeport Sound Tigers last year, which is actually a step up from his previous year, right? In 1920, he put up 2 points in 20 games before going back to the OHL, which was an injury-plagued year, and then COVID is a whole thing. But either way, last year didn't have a great season. Again, 6 points, 22 games, completely overshadowed by Samuel Bolduc on the blue line. But then again, there are very few players who had good years with the Bridgeport, then Sound Tigers. You've got Samuel Bolduc and Cole Bartro, right? Like, that's about it. Bartro, Bolduc were the only two players to have good years for the Sound Tigers. So you can't really say like, this is on Bode Wilde for having a bad year last year. It was not a great team. He didn't really have a good time, nor did anyone really. But this year's going to be different. They're a better team first off. I don't expect the Bridgeport, now Islanders, to dominate the Atlantic Division, but I expect them to be better than second worst in the league. With that, Bode Wilde, who's going to be playing in the top four, he's going to be quarterbacking a power play, will put up more points with all of that extra talent around him. That's for sure. And he's got all the tools to take or be that better player, right? He can skate, he can carry the puck, he's a big player, he can take risky chances and turn them into something. He's got first round talent. I've gone over this before. He's a good player, and with that extra crop of talent coming in, like the Anatoly Golishevs, I would imagine, Colin Adams coming in. You've got Reese Newkirk as well. You've got more talent coming into this prospect pool or to this team at the AHL level. I expect Bode Wilde to have a much better year than he had last year. On that same token, looking at the Bridgeport, now Islanders again, Simon Holmstrom, man. I expect Simon Holmstrom to have a better year. And it's not because like, you better have a better year or else, 23rd overall isn't really good looking. It's already not, but this kid is young, right? Like, this is his second, going on third year, I guess, in the AHL, in North America. But like, you've got two very interrupted years for a kid who craves stability and has had anything but, right? Comes over his first year, COVID interrupts it. The next year, that's last season, he's again interrupted by COVID, going back to Sweden, coming back to North America, playing with Team Sweden, then being put back with the Bridgeport, then Sound Tigers. It's just all over the place with Simon Holmstrom, who again craves stability. He's going to be playing in the top six. There's no question about that. He was last year, and he was middle six the year before that. He's going to be top six this year. I expect, again, with all that talent around him, that the points are going to start showing up, and you're going to start seeing players who can kind of match his high hockey IQ, right? So when he makes a play, players will go where he expects them to be and will be able to make those plays where he wasn't able to do so before. So again, like Bode Wilde, I expect Simon Holmstrom to have a better year because the Bridgeport, now Islanders, are going to be a better team. The third and final prospect I want to get to is probably the one you're already thinking of, and that's Aatu Räty. The second round pick from this draft for the Islanders is going to have a better year. And to be fair, the bar is pretty low, right? He had 6 points in 35 games at the Liga level last year. The bar again is low. He can have 10 points and have a better year, right? But I expect him to fit somewhere within like the 20, 30, maybe high 30 points at the end of the year with Karpat. That's what I expect from him. Anything less than that, isn't the end of the world, but it's probably going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of weird. But it's not, again, going to be the end of the world if he hits lower than that. But again, I expect 20, 30, maybe 35 points from Aatu Räty next year at the Liga level. And like, he's going to be working with Mikko Koivu throughout the year, right? We spoke to Antti Pennanen. He said Mikko's going to be teaching Aatu Räty how to be a better center. Not only just Aatu Räty, but other centers within the Finnish system. But this is going to benefit Räty himself. Just having the pros pro kind of take him under his arm and teach him what he needs to do, not only to be a good player at the Finnish or international level, but just to be a good pro even when he hits the NHL level. This is a huge benefit that isn't even part of the Islanders' development system, right? This is all outside of that. Having Mikko Koivu take him under his wing isn't even something the Islanders set up. This is just something that the Finnish team set up, and it's going to be a huge benefit for the Islanders. Again, I expect Aatu Räty to have his struggles at the Pro League, which a young man will, but I fully expect his talent to shine at the Liga level and put up between 20 to 30 points there next year, or this year, sorry. So those are the three prospects who I think are slated for bounce back years. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that there are no other prospects that could have a bounce back or even better year. It's just that these are the three that I think have the tools to definitely bounce back this year. Simon Holmstrom, Bode Wilde, and Aatu Räty have what it takes to have a strong 21-22 season. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And if you have, thank you, thank you, thank you.